Welcome to the Transformational Coach podcast with me, Rhona Barton, giving you competence with confidence. Hello and welcome back to this week's podcast. We're on episode 20, Be Happier, and this is all linked to our benefits of coaching topic. So how are we all doing this week? Well, I hope, and moving forward with some more restrictions being lifted with regards to the COVID-19 lockdown. I hope you're managing to get some sense of normality back in your lives and you're able to catch up with friends and family. All right, let's jump into this week's topic of Be Happier. Last week we were discussing finding fulfillment and taking a look at what really matters to you in your life and the things you value above all else. So I'm wondering, in amongst all of this, what have you learned so far about happiness for you? Anything? Nothing? Just small bits and pieces that perhaps you've taken from everyday tasks? And what blocks you from feeling happy? Have you made a list of that? And if you were to take ownership of the blocks to happiness, what would that look like for you? How would that feel? Well, in looking at different ways to be happier, I've been searching online for you guys, lots of nice helpful hints and tips. And in what I was reading and what I was researching, I found that a lot of it really resonated with me. It felt quite comfortable when I was reading through things. So it made me realise that in my own way, I obviously managed to keep myself happy through some of these things. So I want to share them with you today. I would say one of the first things that I look at to help manage my happiness and help me find fulfillment and celebrate small aspects in my life is to do my best to manage my stress levels. Now, I'm quite sure we've all over recent months found that our stress levels have risen for a variety of reasons, possibly just not being able to go out to work and having to readdress our work-life balance when we're based at home all of the time. So if you do have a lot of stress in your life, it can be useful to find ways to reduce it. That might mean, for example, learning a few time management techniques or introducing regular exercise into your schedule or just even taking time to yourself. For example, like listening to a podcast. Grab yourself a cuppa, grab a seat, your notepad and pen, and take some time to just be with yourself and work on yourself. These are all positive changes, and sometimes just taking control of your time in this way can really help to reduce the levels of stress that you feel and help to manage those stress levels. Have you been doing things that you enjoy? Sometimes when we do things that we enjoy, it can be really beneficial for our emotional well-being. And a simple activity like watching some sports or enjoying a comedy on TV, for example, relaxing in the bath, meeting friends for a cuppa, they can all be means of improving your day. But doing something you're good at as well can also help you enjoy yourself, give you a good sense of achievement. And you could combine something like, for example, dancing or an upbeat exercise class that you do enjoy doing to help combat and manage your stress levels also. Try to avoid things that seem enjoyable at the time but make you feel worse afterwards. The sort of thing that pops to mind might be going out, having a glass or two of wine with friends or eating junk food, but taking that a bit too far and then potentially waking up the next day with a sore head or this feeling of disappointment, if you like. Stick to things that give you a good sense of achievement, they allow you to enjoy yourself, and they don't make you feel worse afterwards. Think about the things that you're thankful for now. I know we've been over this before, but have you been continuing your gratitude list? You've probably started it, so go back through your notes and check what you've got. And think about carrying on with that. What are you thankful for today? As you sit here listening to this podcast, write down 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for and that you're thankful for. Also, consider ways to boost your self-esteem. Your self-esteem is really the way you feel about yourself. What can you do to improve the way you feel about yourself? Do you need to treat yourself as you would treat a valued friend? So in a positive but also an honest way. How do you talk to yourself when you're thinking? You know, what do you put inside your own head? There's a lot of what we say that can put ourselves down. Thinking about yourself as, for example, not being good enough to go out and get the job that you're hoping for, or not being intelligent enough to work out a problem. If you knew that you are intelligent and you could get that job, what would you do? And what is it that you say to your best friend when they are asking these things of you? Try telling yourself something positive and treating yourself the same way you would treat your best friend. That will help boost your self-esteem. Another way that can help you control and gain some measure of happiness is considering things like your lifestyle. Are you getting enough sleep, for example? It's sometimes amazes me when I think about the days, the weeks, the months, even the years that I went with very little sleep sometimes between shifts in hotels, for example. But on average, an adult needs around 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night for the body and mind to fully rest. So, how much sleep are you getting? As soon as I learned to prioritise my sleep and make sure that I was getting the right number of hours that worked for me, and let's face it, we're all different. Some people can work very well on fewer than 7 hours sleep. Other people need more than even 8 or 9 hours sleep. So find out what works best for you and work towards that. Remember, we're going for progress, not perfection. That's what I aim for anyway. If what's keeping you awake at night are concerns, worries, things that need to get done, try writing a would like to achieve list. I'm not big on to-do lists. I do find that having them down as a to-do can just add extra pressure. I like mine to be would like to achieve lists. And anything that needs a time scale on it, get that noted down as well. It will help you to prioritise and it will help you to break it down in order to take action. Usually taking these small steps can really help your mindset clear your head enough so you can get sufficient rest and re-kick your thinking. A lot of times, if we get ourselves worked up and we try and speak to somebody about it and they tell us to calm down, it really kind of stops your thinking and almost puts you into a bit more of panic mode, if you like. Whereas if we take the time to consider how we're feeling about things and what our worries and concerns are, and we really get a chance to talk that through and express it, our thinking can kickstart again. Hopefully some of these things will have helped you in your aim to be happier. However, as ever, if you want to explore this more, reach out to me, drop me a message. Let's set up a call when we can sit together and I can give you the space and the time that you need to think through and talk about the things that concern you and where you would like to take action. In the meantime, look after yourselves, continue to keep yourselves safe, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. Bye for now.